Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that's going to be this week's new makeup releases. We are going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts about them. Listen, there's a lot of things going on, it's holiday season, so we have some things to talk about. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie, I'm such a lover of beauty makeup, I love everything beauty makeup related. That's why I do this video every week, to chat about the things that are released. Because I want to talk about them, because I am a chatty bitch, okay? I'm also such a big fan of colorful makeup, like, that's not super colorful. I managed to get a little green in there, but I love color, I love playing and experimenting with color and texture and finding new favorites. And if you want to see some more color on your timeline, if you just want to see some more makeup content on the timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week. Although this week it's going to be 7 videos because there is a video coming tomorrow and on Sunday as well because I cannot be stopped. I did film this look and it's actually with one of the news. I think I talked about this last week though. This is the new Mini Metropolis. It comes with a little brush by Natasha Denona. I did buy this one myself. I bought it from her site and that is what I'm wearing today. It's really nice. The look is already live and I will link it down below, and this is available. Is there a fly here? It's not a fly. It's October and it's Sweden. You should be dead. But I'm rooting for you though. I believe in you. But yeah, if you're interested in this look, if you're interested in that palette, I definitely suggest watching that video because I do think that I am pretty much breaking it down for you, let you know whether or not I think it's worth purchasing. And like I said, we are definitely in the middle of like holiday season, so there's a lot of things to talk about. Although, I mean, is it slowing down? Is the makeup industry ever slowing down? Honestly, I don't know. But let me scoochie and not fall off this chair. I think... We'll see. Okay, let me first talk about something that I was very close to ordering this, but then I realized that I didn't need it. Which is how I should be feeling about all the makeup releases. These are the new Chroma Stix by Norvina, which is the sub-brand of Anastasia. At some places, Norvina and Anastasia is like... and this, like, it's the same brand, and in some places it's like categorized as 2 different brands. I don't know, but they do have their own stand at Sephora. Even Sephora Sweden has their own stand, and I love, if you know my makeup style, if you know my makeup aesthetic, you know that I use a liner in my waterline. Today I'm using a vanilla yellow. I use a liner in my waterline every time I do my makeup. Every time I do my makeup, I never leave it bare, and most of the times I use something that's a little bit colorful. So this is very much up my alley. Oh, I forgot to tell you, by the way, this look, all the things that I'm wearing, including, I will leave the link to this look as well. I will leave that in the pinned comment in case you're interested in any of the things that are on my face. If you're a nosy one like me, if you want to see what's on my face, I'll leave it in the link comment. And also all the things that I'll be talking about, some info like where you can find it, how much it's going to cost, when it's being released, all the info I can find, I will put in the description box. So don't forget to check the description box. I leave so much info there, including my other socials, my vlog channel. There's the fly again. And my merch store. So check the description box as well. These liners, I was very close to buying them. I was actually even, like, Anastasia Beverly Hills has a European website. I was on there and the green was sold out and I was like, that was like, I was thinking about buying 2 or 3 because like I said, I use colored liners every time I do my makeup. Every time I do my makeup, I use a liner. Most of the time a colorful one. Today it's more, like I said, a vanilla yellow, but yeah, I was thinking about getting the green, the yellow, and maybe the peach or the orange. I was like toying around with what I wanted to get. But instead I decided that these are going to be available in store in Sweden. Like, what's the rush? This isn't something that I'm making a dedicated video on. What's the rush? There's no rush. So I decided instead that next time I'm able to go into Sephora Stockholm, I am planning to go to Stockholm sometime. I do have a thing in Stockholm at the mid of December, so I know I'm going to Stockholm then. I think I'm going to Stockholm also in November, so if I see them in store, I will buy at least one. If I see them in store, I will buy at least one, because I do think that they're really pretty. 16 shades. There is a white, a black, and a beige one, which are pretty like standard colors, and then there's just a lot of really fun ones, and I like this release. I really like this release. It makes sense for the brand. It complements the things that the brand already has, and it's something that, if it's a good formula, I'm excited. I'm excited, at one point I will pick up one of these because this is something that I do want to try. There's an upcoming, I think this is like a holiday release. This is a blush palette from Patrick Ta. This is the Major Headlines blush palette. It's 3 different shades in a palette instead of a compact, because I have one of these blushes, like you open them up but there's a little lid and you have a cream blush and then the same shade but in the powder blush. I think this formula is okay but nothing more. Am I allowed to say that? Am I getting cancelled? I don't know, but I wasn't blown away. I have so many blush formulas that I reach for over this one. So for me, buying a blush palette with 3 shades, 3 creams and 3 powders in a formula that I'm not even that excited about, and 2 of the shades are shades that I don't even reach for. Like the dark brown looks too dark for me, which there's nothing wrong with that, and then there are 2 very poppy shades. I don't reach for stuff like this. Isn't for me. It's the wrong formula, the wrong shades, and I also don't like big palettes. I will say though, I have been reaching for my palettes a little bit more and I have been enjoying them. My face palette, I think the main issue for me, I'm using the word issue very loosely here. The main issue for me with face palettes is that my storage, this storage is a mess. The storage is a mess. The storage situation is a big pile of burning trash. That's what the storage situation is. Definitely having it in a whole different way when I'm moving, and then I'm gonna put my face palette in a way that they're not inconvenient to reach for. Because as I have my makeup today, my face palettes, they're an inconvenience to reach, which is a shame because I have so many good face palettes, and that's the main reason why I don't reach for them. Not that I dislike them, not that I don't like using them, they're just an inconvenience to reach for, and I'm just redoing all of this when I'm moving. I'm over it. Is this a big... Shh, go away. So, but I also will say that I like face palettes that are serving 2 purposes or are smaller. Like if it's like, you know that new Huda highlighter palette, the one that has 4 shades, that is as small as her mini palette. That's a nice size if it's only one purpose. If it's bigger than that, I want it to be 2 purposes. Blush and highlight, blush and bronzer, bronzer and highlight, contour and bronzer even. Like, I don't know. I've changed my mind a little bit about face palettes because I have been reaching for mine a little bit more. And yeah, maybe I should just reorganize my makeup room a little bit. Do I want to do that knowing that I'm going to be moving soon? No. Get your act together. Here's something that the luxury makeup lovers are really gonna enjoy, and this is some cream blushes from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I still have not tried something from this brand. I feel like a lot of these luxury brands, I look at them and I'm like, ooh, it looks so bougie, it looks so nice, I'm really gonna enjoy this. But the thing is that when I see them in store, because I have been able to swatch some of these really luxury things in store, a couple of brands have made me feel like, oh, I could want to try this. This is actually how I got interested in Charlotte Tilbury, because I was able to swatch a couple of things from Charlotte Tilbury in the store, and that put the brand on my radar. But I've also been able to swatch some things from Tom Ford, from Chantecaille, from Surat. There's a couple of brands that I've been able to swatch some things from, and I've been like, I'm not that impressed. And I feel with Victoria Beckham Beauty that if I had the opportunity, how is their hairs everywhere? If I had the opportunity to swatch it, I might like it, depending on how I feel about it. Like, this isn't something that I would just on a whim order online and be like, maybe I'll love it, because it's probably like $42 for a cream blush. That's a lot. 5 different shades. I do like the shades though. Some nudie ones, some more pinky ones. I don't think they're bad shades, but yeah, it's not enough for me. If I was able to see it in real life, I might change my mind. There is a holiday collection coming from Morphe. This is the Larger Than Life holiday collection. Isn't that an old Backstreet Boys song? Am I giving away my age? Am I dating myself? I was a Backstreet Boys stan. I was sitting this close to the TV, just watching all their music videos. I used to love Backstreet Boys. Oh my lord. That was my jam. That was my jam growing up. And I mean, this is just a big brown palette. It's very Morphe. I mean, they're definitely on. It's on brand. It's on brand. They are sticking with the theme. They're like, yes sir, big brown palette. Just put some stars on it. Call it a holiday palette. It's even the 35X. This isn't for me. This isn't for me. The small palette looks cuter though. It's a mix of neutrals and poppy reds, but this is very Morphe, very boring. Next, can I mention this? This is so cute. This is from Wet n Wild. They released some new shades of... Is there another hair? What is going on? That's it. I'm losing all my hair. I'm dying. Nice knowing you. This is the FM Circus Sauvage MegaLast Matte Lip Colors in 8 new shades. And it's like gray, purple, yellow. Like, is that a lime green? It's not even a yellow. And it's like, it's a circus themed lipstick collection. If you were looking for a bold and different color, maybe for Halloween, maybe you just like having the option of wearing a bit of a different color, get one from Wet n Wild. These are going to be really affordable, unless you're the kind of person that wears a blue lipstick every day, which there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe then you want to like go for quality over quantity, but if you just want to be able to wear it every now and then, or you just want to try it out, this is a great option. I definitely say go for this one. Iconic London has released something, I think, if you're the type of person that loves a one and done eyeshadow, I think this might be for you. I don't hate this concept, but I definitely would never ever ever buy this for myself. But these are dual-ended glaze crayons, and it seems to be different crayons, and then you go over, is that a, I don't know if it's a powder? Wait, let me look. Okay, it seems like it's a, like I said, an eye crayon, and then it's something like a liquid pigment or sparkly pigment or something that you put on top just to amp it up a bit. I think that this is the kind of product that a lot of people love. Me, not really. I don't want the one and done. I don't want the easy, like, I want to sit down and do my makeup. I love the process of putting on my makeup, and I don't want like a one shadow mascara out the door unless I'm out traveling. If I'm out traveling, if I'm there to be experiencing, especially if I'm going with my husband who is not applying his makeup, I don't want to be taking up his holiday time with me sitting down doing my makeup. Like, I can do that at home, then I can go for that type of a look, but I wouldn't buy a product for that reason. But if you love those kind of one and done eyeshadows, I think that this is really pretty, and the colors are cute. Goes from light to dark, warm and cool. I think it could be a hit, but it's not for me. Oh, I have this one. I have this one. Wait, hold. This one, I got this in the mail today. This is the new palette from Game Beauty. This is the Harbinger palette. And yeah, I got this in PR today. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So I haven't even taken any pictures of this. It comes in a really beautiful unicorn like this. I do have a code with Game Beauty. The code is Angelica. So if you order from Game Beauty, you will get 10% off. And it is an affiliated code. I always mark everything, if it's affiliated or not, in my description box. I do want to be transparent, but if you use something that's affiliated, I do get a small kickback, and it really does help out my channel. So listen, first of all, Game Beauty is a gaming inspired makeup brand. It is absolutely stunning with all of its like inspirations, and the packaging, beautiful. The names, the themes, love it. The last palette had the best quality yet. I really did enjoy that one. I don't 100% know when I will film with this, but look at how it opens, and there's a mirror, and this is the color story of this new palette. Am I holding this upside down? I don't know, but this is like a bit of a cool tone palette with a pop of like purple and blue, and the red. I don't know if I've seen a palette with like this kind of a color story before. It's really pretty and very interesting, and if you didn't know that, I love gaming. I love computer games. I play every day. Mainly I play League of Legends and World of Warcraft. I'm actually raiding today World of Warcraft, so for me this is just such a fun brand, and I really do enjoy all the effort that goes into creating stuff like this. I will film something with this. I don't think that this will be one of the videos that goes up this week though, but I will film like a get rid of me or a video or something. Something is coming, but I will make sure to put some pictures on my Instagram if nothing else. But that one is already available. Let me scooch you back. That one is already available. I will link it down below. Like I said, I got it today, so it was a little bit more fun to be able to show you like that. I do think that it's a super fun brand. Oh, they have some swatches. You can see the swatches here. This is from the brand. You can see how they look. I think it looks very promising. I'm very much looking forward to that. There is a holiday collection coming from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the holiday collection. It's launching on the 17th, which is pretty soon. I will link that down below. Usually Jaclyn Cosmetics comes to Ulta Beauty as well, but it launches like a little bit later. It's pretty common to do that because a brand's margin of profit is way bigger on their own site than it is selling through retailers. So it's pretty common that brands sell on their own site a couple of days or weeks before they launch on bigger retailers. This one is going to be lip lacquers. It's like high impact glosses, a face palette, oil, primer, shimmer top coats, and the liquid lipsticks for new holiday shades. This is not going to be for me. Oh, it seems to be some new lip liners as well. I do find it weird that brands are still launching face palettes in one shade when it's like a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush. Or is that even... The Cream Powder Trio delivers ultimate frost yourself goals, perfect for layering and taking it with you on the go. I don't even think that maybe that is. So here's the thing. I don't mind if it's one face palette if it doesn't include a bronzer, because I feel like a bronzer or a contour, it's so individual. So when you only have one option and that option has a bronzer or a contour shade, that's when I feel like it goes astray. If it's a highlighter, usually you can manipulate a highlighter to make it work on quite a lot of skin tones, unless it's like a white. And when it comes to blushes, you can make those work on more skin tones as well. But bronzers are so like, it's so much harder to make those work on more than, let's be honest, one skin tone. So if you're gonna do one face palette, make sure that it doesn't have a bronzer. That's just how I feel. But honestly, I would love more than one face palette altogether. I don't know if this is bronzers in here because I only see a really small picture, but I will put some more info in the description box, and I'll do a little detective work while I'm editing this video. I feel like this might be one of the most exciting releases this week, and this is the new release from Danessa Myricks. This is the Lightwork Volume 3. She have had 2 Lightwork palettes before. Those have been highlighter palettes. This seems to be a mix of highlighters and eyeshadows, and it is 14 out of this world galactic shade in multiple mesmerizing finishes. It is available on the 21st of October, and this looks really pretty. Really pretty. Like, here's the thing. Is this something that I don't have? Me, Angie. No. I have this. I am so sure, I could bet money that I have all of these shades in my collection. But not everyone is sitting on a mountain of indie shadows. And if you were the kind of person that wanted to try those more iridescent, multi-chrome, duochrome finishes, because some of these do seem to be that, if you are the type of person that wanted to try that, and you were a bit hesitant of buying from smaller indie brands, which I personally think that it's not a bad thing to be a little bit hesitant to not just throw out your money, but I will say that if you see someone reviewing an indie brand and they have a positive experience with that indie brand, I wouldn't be too scared to try out indie brands. They're usually not sketchy, they're usually really good. But if you wanted to buy from a retailer instead, Danessa Myricks is sold at COLLAB Beauty, it's sold at Beautylish, it's sold at Sephora, so I feel like this might be a smarter and easier way for you to try out shades like this for the first time. I am not the biggest fan of an all shimmer palette, but I do think it makes sense for her to come up with something like this as volume 3, because you had like a lighter highlighter palette, a darker highlighter palette, and now she's getting more into color. I don't know. Okay, there's one pressed glitter in here. I wonder which one that is. Which one is a pressed glitter? Because I don't think that any of these look like a pressed glitter. Am I missing something? Maybe. Okay, so one of these are a pressed glitter, 2 duochromes, 2 powder creams, plush powder cream hybrids, 5 multichrome pigments, and 4 holographic powders. Holographic, usually when makeup brands say holographic, usually. 99 times out of 100, when makeup brands say holographic, they really mean iridescent. I'm just throwing it out there. They usually do not mean holographic, they usually mean iridescent. I'm just letting you know, and that seems to be what this is as well. You know, one of those clear bases or transparent bases with a shift. That's usually what they mean. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about this one? I don't think I'm gonna pick this up because honestly, I am not looking to review more makeup right now. I have been teasing for quite some time, like, oh my god, I'm moving, oh my god, I'm moving. But it seems to be getting a little bit closer to that. And I will be talking more about that in the video. I will put up some kind of a question box on Instagram or something if you want to ask questions about that. Of course, I will do a video about us moving, but we are moving capital letters. Like, we are selling everything we own and we are moving. So I don't want to buy stuff, right? I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to be smart, but I'm still here reviewing makeup. This is my job, reviewing makeup, but I'm trying to be smart and not buying too many things. That's why I'm probably going to say no to quite a lot of things. This collection is also really, I love the theme behind this makeup. I love this. This is the Berlin 89 shadow palette and collection, and this is from Lethal Cosmetics. Lethal Cosmetics is a Germany-based indie brand. They're so amazing. I really love their things. I love the owners. I think they're so sweet and they have really, really good ideas. And if you didn't know, the Berlin Wall, it fell in '89, and they basically made this collection as a celebration to unity and a celebration to not being separated. This is launching on October? Yes, that's I invented that. October 16th, which is on Saturday. I will link it down below. There are also some glittered like toppers, liquid glittery topper shadows, one in gold and one in silver, and some of their gel liners. I really like their gel liners. That rusty orange looks delightful. The eyeshadow palette is pretty cool because there's a couple of grungy colors, like grungy neutrals, and then there are some like a bright red, a bright blue. Why is that? This fly, how are you alive? Go away. And then there seems to be a multichrome in here, a green to gold to red to purple, that I'm basing on the picture that we have here. So I think that this looks really cool. I do get some PR from Lethal. If I get it in PR, I'll make a video. But back to the statement of me moving in the future, if I don't get it in PR, I probably will not pick this up, only because I'm trying to limit the amount of makeup I buy right now, because there's a lot of things going on. This is something that had I not been in the process of moving, I probably would have picked this up to review. Right now, I don't think I will, unless you are extremely interested in, like, listen, if you think like, no, Angie, you definitely need to review that, we definitely need to see it, let me know in the comments. Listen, I read all of my comments. I try to answer as many of them as possible, but let me know what you think in the comments. And this is some new releases from Lisa Eldridge makeup. And this is the Seamless Skin Foundation. It's coming in 40 shades. It is described as an intelligently formulated skin-friendly foundation with a customizable medium coverage that can be dialed up or down. That sounds like something up my alley. I love a medium coverage foundation. I am actually wearing a light coverage foundation today. I'm wearing the Charlotte Tilbury light coverage foundation. It's called Light Wonder, I think so. But there's also some new lip colors launching. Part of me is like super interested in this, and other part of me is like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't buy more makeup. Like, you already have enough to review. Don't buy more makeup. But yeah. I don't know when this is being launched. I didn't see it on the post here, but maybe I can see it here. This is launching today, 15th, the day that you're seeing this, Friday the 15th. Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm leaning towards no, but I do feel like this is a very interesting launch. Please let me know your thoughts down below. I am all ears. This is something that I'm also very interested in, and this is something that I will pick up eventually, and this is the new NYX Cosmetics Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I have no idea what a concealer serum is, listen, but I am all ears. Like, my ears are pricked up. I'm like, okay, yes, yeah, tell me all about it. I love the Bear With Me skin tint. I don't know if it's discontinued or if they're reformulating. I have no idea what's going on. But this is the concealer serum, and it's a concealer serum for face and body. Dark circles erased, acne covered, redness and irritation, girl bye. Medium coverage with natural finish. I do want to try this one. I do want to try this one. I will link it down below. It is available at Ulta. I haven't seen it in Europe yet, which is maybe a good thing because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to control myself. But yeah, I did decide. I did buy this one, the one that I'm wearing, and I decided that I am gonna keep it to an absolute bare minimum of purchasing makeup after that. Although I will say that I have some things that I bought before this that you haven't seen yet, but yeah, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good because there's a lot of makeup to move here. This sounds really interesting. I'm not a big mascara person, but we're coming into the weekly Colourpop segment. This is the Level Up Lengthening Mascara. I love a lengthening mascara because I will be honest, if I am gonna do false lashes free. I do false lashes pretty much every time I do my makeup, but if I'm not gonna do false lashes, I want a lengthening mascara, and I feel like I am interested in this one. This is one of those things that, again, in the future, I could see myself trying this one out, because I feel like if you could find an affordable, good lengthening mascara, that is not a bad thing. I really do love the Bad Gal Bang as a lengthening mascara, and I also really love the Sky High by Maybelline. But maybe this could be another option. Maybe this could be another option. There seems to be more than one color. It seems to be a burgundy, a brown, and a black. And yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna make an order to buy this one. I'm not gonna order anything right now, but maybe in the future. I don't hate it. I do hate this though. Okay, this is the Holiday 2021 from Makeup Revolution. It's Friends again. Okay, who asked for this? Who asked for Friends and Makeup Revolution round 3 or 4? It could be 4 at this point. Like, listen, no. And it's looking worse and worse by the minute. Every time a new round, it looks even worse. And when you didn't think it could look worse than the last round, here they are with a turkey-shaped palette where the inside looks like something. I hate it. I hate it. And it's so big and so pointless, and I just... so many palettes, so many things. Like, edit yourself. Why are you coming out with a round 1 million with so many things in it? Like, I can't... this has to be selling so good. And that's the thing, like, all of these things, I think sometimes people forget. I'm not in... this isn't... listen, you didn't tune into like the official makeup news. This is me, Angie. These are my opinions. This is how I feel about these things. And I am allowed to have my opinion even if you don't agree with it. And you're allowed to have your opinion even if I don't agree with it. And I think sometimes people are like, I asked for this. And that's perfect because now you can buy it. That's perfect. But I'm still allowed to have my opinion. And I don't understand where we got to a point on the internet where people get upset when someone has a different opinion than them. I don't understand. I think this looks so boring and so redundant, but it has to be selling. It has to be, because listen, I loved Friends growing up. Oh my god, Friends was the best show. Friends is one of those, you know, comfort watch things. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I know I can always turn on Friends. I know all of the lines, I know all of the episodes, and I'm gonna have just a really good time. I'm just gonna enjoy myself, and maybe that is why these things are selling so good. I could not be interested. And there's another, like, part of these things here in the bottom is also some other holiday releases. From the holiday release from Makeup Revolution is obviously not only Friends, because Makeup Revolution cannot stop themselves and they do need to be releasing 30 things a week. So there's more things in here for sure. I was so close to buying this one, but I didn't, because again, I was like, when are you gonna review that, Angie? When are you gonna review that? Like, no, you don't, no. So I opted out, but this is so pretty. This is from Martina. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Martina Cosmetics, and this is so pretty. This is so pretty. I think this is a holiday release. I'm pretty sure that this is a Belgium? I think you say Belgian, right? A Belgian makeup brand made by a Belgian makeup influencer, and the brand is stunning, and this palette is like a grungy, wonderful Halloween dream. It seems to have some duochromes or multichromes depending on, like, I don't know. Just, I really love this color scheme, and yes, it is similar packaging to Jeffree Star, but if you didn't copyright that, it is what it is. I do think that this looks so cool, but when am I gonna review this? Like, no, I opted out, but it is very, very cool. Very, very cool. I will link it down below. I just opted out, but boy, I do think that that looks really cool. I think we did talk about this last week, but I wasn't able to show you the finished palette of The Witching Hour by Jaclyn Cosmetics. Jaclyn Cosmetics does such cool color stories, and this is no exception. This looks so good, like that orange metallic together with the green, and then it looks really nice. Looks really nice. But again, I don't want to review any more makeup. I mean, if things show up in PR, it is what it is. I'm gonna review it if it's interesting, but I need to stop adding things myself because you're moving, Angie, you're moving. But it is pretty. Damn, this is pretty. I think that one of my favorite holiday releases that I've seen this year. Well, this is a Halloween release, but apparently we're calling that holiday as well. I find it funny that I refer now to Halloween as a holiday, even though I'm living in a country, and most people are living in a country that doesn't celebrate Halloween. But let's call it a holiday release. It's $35. You can save money using a code at Jaclyn Cosmetics. I have a code. My code is Angelica. You don't have to use my code if you don't want to, but use a code to get some money off. But I love the Jaclyn Cosmetics formula, and this one, it does look really, really pretty. I didn't talk about this last week, and I'm gonna be honest, I am surprised at the amount of people I have seen talking about this collab saying that they like the theme. Because I feel the absolute opposite about the is it Terror on Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Kylie Cosmetics. I saw this and I was like, this was my thought process, and you can let me know down in the comments if you feel differently. I saw the promo of this. She had this video where she was naked and like smearing herself with blood. I'm not showing it here because I'm gonna get demonetized, but and then she had this picture of her dressed as, I don't watch horror movies. What's his name? Is this the Jason guy? Oh my god, I saw this just recently and I forgot. I haven't watched the videos. I don't like horror movies. Let's just put it like that. And my first initial thought was, oh, she had to be including herself in this theme. And that's what I think is like, why are you buying the rights to use this franchise if you're just gonna play dress up yourself in it? Why don't you just release the spooky Kylie palette? If you're like, does it have to be Kylie as the Grinch? Does it have to be Kylie as this, whatever his name is? I'm so sorry. Does it have to, like, does she have to be smearing herself with blood and dressing up in this striped t-shirt? Like, for me, I don't get it. Why would paying this much money for the franchise and just still having it be all about Kylie? If it is Kylie that is selling these palettes, just let her sell the palettes then. Don't pay extra for a franchise if it's still just gonna be about Kylie. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because obviously it sells. I mean, Kylie Cosmetics just came to Sweden. Listen, I don't even live in a big city in Sweden, and I can buy Kylie Cosmetics in store in my small town. Kylie is big here. They sold out of everything within the first 24 hours in Sweden. That's how popular Kylie Cosmetics still is. And I think that in the US, maybe people are a bit saturated. They're like, oh, this is old news, nobody cares about that. But apparently here in Sweden, people went bonkers and it sold out instantly. All of it. All of it. So I don't understand why you would pay for a franchise. I don't hate this collection. I think it's a pretty cool collection. It is a half neutral, half red palette. I think a lot of people really enjoy this. If you want red eyeshadows, here you go. But yeah, that's how I thought when I saw it. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't understand the need to pay a lot of money for a franchise if you're still just gonna put a striped sweater on and call it a holiday thing. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just not grasping the concept, I think. This is a release that is available in Europe, but it's not available in the US. But I've seen a lot of US influencers talk about this, so I thought I'd mention it because I have seen it. This is the Essence Coffee to Glow coffee scented collection. This collection is available. It is available in Sweden as well. And I saw my friend Jen from Jen Loves Reviews talking about this. I was having a live chat on in the background, and she was talking about how she wanted this collection, but she wasn't able. And Essence is so affordable in Sweden as well. So I actually bought this entire collection. It was less than $30, and I'm gonna send it all over to her because, listen, if she wants a coffee Essence collection, it's coming right up. But if you are living in Europe, just know that this collection is available if you were interested in it. I will say that palette has one of those virus shades, you know, the jelly with the little balls in it, you know, the one that the Naughty palette by Huda had. This palette has that shade. So if you wanted to try that Vaseline pigment situation, it is available in this palette and it's fairly affordable. I don't know if this is coming to US or not. I mean, Catrice and Essence are owned by the same company, and it is a German-based company. So this is one of the few brands that actually launch in Europe first, and it takes sometimes months before it gets to the US. So I don't know if this is coming to US or not, but I did order this collection. I'm gonna send it over to Jen so she can review it if she wants to, but either way, she was interested in it. I actually bought 2 of the coffee scented highlighter brush. It is not the bristles that are scented, it is the handle that is scented, and I was like, I can do that. There's also some like scrubs and stuff, and I don't use scrubs that much so that I need another one, but I think the collection is cute. And I will say, people get so excited about coffee scented things. I'm the same. Listen, I love coffee. I bought a coffee advent calendar for December. I showed you in my vlog. I bought a coffee calendar so that I can have 1 cup of coffee each morning all the way from the 1st of December to Christmas, and it's a different tasting coffee, like it's a different coffee for every day. People get so crazy about coffee, including me. I'm surprised that not more makeup brands are jumping on the train of coffee, because people love neutral eyeshadows and neutral makeup, and they love coffee. Like, it's a match made in heaven. And still, these coffee makeup collections, they're pretty few and far between, and it does surprise me a little bit, because it's like, take the opportunity to make more coffee makeup. People want this. There are some new palettes from Viseart coming. I did get a lot of tags in this, and these are 2 new eyeshadow palettes for holiday. This is the Bijou Attendu, Bijouette Attendu, and the Cashmere. I've read French for 5 years and I am lost. I think it's Cashmere Attendu, and it is basically a dual tone palette and more of a cool tone palette with like some silvers and cool tone purples. These aren't for me, and the main reason is that cashmere, which is that like cool tone with taupes and purples, it reminds me like a mix between the Attendu Violet, which is a beautiful palette but it has more poppy purples, and a mix with the, what is it called? The Paris edit? I think I have it here. That's the one. It's like a cool toned mauve palette, like cool tone neutrals with a pink undertone. Also beautiful palette, but I don't need a mix of those two. The jewel tone palette seems really pretty, but all the colorful shades are shimmers. And if you know me, you know, and say it with me, a shimmer doesn't sell a palette for me. I need colorful mattes to sell a palette, and this one doesn't have that. It does have one that seems to be like a red matte, and it seems beautiful. And also there's an orange matte, yeah. But it's not enough. It's not enough. It's probably an amazing palette to mix with the Viseart mini like matte dark edit, the mini with the dark mattes. It's probably amazing with that. But I have shimmers in my collection, and what I think Viseart does the best are mattes. If this had been an all matte palette with these shades, I would have bought it. I'm gonna be honest, all this talk about me not buying more makeup before I move. If this had been an all matte palette, I would have bought it. But I don't want that many shimmers from Viseart, so I am opting out. Ooh, there is another collection. I don't know where I put it. I already have it. I did show this at the end of last episode, and I actually have this. Sigma did send me the new, I think it's called the Magnifique. It is the holiday collection of 2021. I will try and put a picture here because I did take a picture of this collection myself, and then I packed it away somewhere. I honestly don't know where I put it. It is really, really pretty. If I have the opportunity, I will make something with this. I can't believe how many times I'm saying this in this video. I'm really repeating myself, but there's a lot of things going on right now, so I will do my best to do something with this. I will say, from someone who have seen the last 3 holiday releases from Sigma, this is by far the most interesting and sexy and complete one in my humble opinion. There is one set with the long eyeshadow palette. It's a 6-pan with a brush, and then there's one set with a blush and highlighter brush like thing, and then there's a blush and highlighter duo, really pretty as well. And then there's a set with 2 mini glosses and one, no, I think it's 2 mini liquid lipsticks and 1 gloss. It all looks really pretty, extremely giftable. I do think that there's a brush set as well with a little pouch in this collection. I don't have that one. It all looks very pretty, very giftable, and Sigma is really good quality, so I think that this is their best holiday collection yet. I will do my absolute best to be able to do something with this, but I'm really backed up right now. I'm doing the best I can. This is also a holiday release. This is a Gourmande Girl Cosmetics, and it's a collab with 3 different influencers. I think, have I ever seen a collab with 3 different influencers? Yeah, it's with Senia72, The Brutally Honest Beauty, and Debut On. I am so sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, but they are doing a holiday palette together. And this, again, I talked about this in the Glaminatrix palette from last week. If you are looking for a classic holiday release, you want the Santas and the reindeers and all of that, this is definitely another option. I realized that for me, for example, the holiday releases that I like the most are the ones that are not Christmas themed, but other people feel totally different. They want the Christmas themed makeup to really get into the Christmas spirit, and I understand. This looks really pretty. It is a really cool color story because it's not too neutral. They're like blue and purple and pink and green. It looks really pretty. The swatches look really nice. I know that some of my friends have been sent this in PR, so if you were interested in knowing how this palette performs, I would say try searching a little bit on YouTube to see some reviews, or just keep an eye open on Instagram. I don't think that this would be a palette that I would love though, because it is pretty light and mid-tone, and I want something that goes really deep for a palette to be perfect for me. At least 1 or 2 shades to go a little bit more on the deeper side. I think that that might be everything. Oh, we have to talk about that Colourpop release. I totally... maybe subconsciously I'm like, boop, 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 just trying to avoid it. Okay, should we just quickly mention this one as well? Because I got a lot of tags in this one, and I don't know a lot about Ellen DeGeneres. I don't watch a lot of TV, and I definitely do not watch talk shows at all. Ever. So I honestly haven't really watched her show, and I didn't really keep up with the drama about it being a toxic work environment. I have seen the news that she's coming out with a skincare brand together with Victoria Jackson. It's called Kind Science. I have had it up to here with celebrities that are not known for makeup coming out with makeup brands, or celebrities that are not known for skincare coming out with skincare brands. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if she's coming up with a skincare brand. I'm not buying it. I'm not interested. Moving on. Let's talk about Colourpop. I think like I said, I subconsciously like just went past this before, but this is the collaboration between Colourpop and the NBA. I mean, I made a comment that was probably a little bit too snarky on Trend Mood, I think. Basically, like, what is going on? Like, are you okay? Blink once for yes and twice for no. And here's the thing, like, I can make a little bit of fun of things and I can make a little bit of fun of themes. There is a lot of themes going on in makeup that is like, for me, it makes no sense. But I understand that if you're interested in sports, if you're interested in NBA, which is, I don't know if NBA is popular outside of the US, maybe it is. But I mean, in Sweden, I never hear anyone talk about the NBA because, I mean, it is a North American basketball league. Like, we have our own basketball leagues, although basket isn't really a sport that's that popular, at least not here in Sweden. But like for me, I am not a sporty girl. Like, I have never been enjoying any sports, neither watching or doing them, to be honest. I've always loved computer games. Esports is pretty exciting, but yeah, sports have never been for me. But I know people that love makeup and love sports, and for them this is probably a match made in heaven. They're probably thinking, finally. They're probably thinking exactly what I thought with like Game Beauty, like a gaming inspired makeup. Finally. Like, listen, had this been Colourpop with World of Warcraft or Colourpop with League of Legends, I would have cried. I'm not even kidding. I would have cried. I would have been so excited. And I know that there are going to be people out there that would have looked at that and been like, what the actual fluff is this? Who asked for this? And that's the fun thing though about collabs. Like we had last week, there was the Addams Family. I don't hate the Addams Family. I actually really enjoyed the Addams Family. But I basically said like, I don't care. I'm so fed up with collabs. And there were so many people that are like, I care. I love the Addams Family. My best friend Lisa was like literally texting me being like, I want it. But that's the thing though with collabs, and that's what they're trying to tap into when they're doing these things. They're trying to just push on that button. What is your special interest? Because they are hoping that if you are the person that loves sports and love makeup, you are gonna buy this whether or not you are looking to buy new makeup. That's what they're hoping for. They're hoping that you are gonna buy something from this collection even if you weren't interested in buying more makeup. Even if you wouldn't have bought this palette if it didn't have your favorite team on it. But they're hoping you're gonna buy it because it has your favorite team on it. And I get it. Because I would have been the same. Had this been a World of Warcraft collection, I don't care. I don't even care if it's makeup in it. If this sold empty magnetic palettes, I still would have cried and bought all of them. So I don't blame you for being excited, but I also hope you don't blame me for being like, that's random, because it is random. But that's the thing. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get us to buy makeup even though we didn't plan to. And I think that's gonna be everything. Oh my god. I'm sweaty and I'm hungry. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, it is okay if we disagree. Friends don't always agree, but friends are always respectful towards each other. And if I have any late breaking news, I will pop it up on the side. I do film these on Thursdays and then I edit them on Fridays. And sometimes we get some like sneaky releases overnight when I'm sleeping and I wake up and I can put it in as like last minute releases and we can talk about it next week. I hope you're having an amazing Friday and that you will have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to check back tomorrow because I will have a video tomorrow because I am a monster and I cannot be stopped, in the words of Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips. And yeah, I think that was everything. Don't forget to check the description box, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!